Hi, my name is Cynthia Gomez and the topic of today is click fraud. I'm going to tell you everything what you need to know about it, and also I'm going to give you some solutions and some tips that you can use for your company. Stay with me. Thank you. Hi, my name is Cynthia Gomez and we are going to talk about a topic that probably is for a lot of interest for your business. Internet has not only facilitated our lives, but it has also opened a new door for the marketing industry. However, every time there is something good that can be for great benefit, there is always an evil mind that wants to do the opposite and take advantage of the situation and risk even your business, such as with pay-per-click. It is a great tool to use to advertise, but it can also become a pain if it doesn't get monitored. If we fail on monitoring and constantly reviewing our visitors who click on those ads, we can easily lose several $1,000s, even millions, and it can even ruin our advertising campaign. What if you notice that the costs are greatly exceeding your expectations, or there is someone who is constantly visiting your site and not from the organic listings, but from the PPC ad, and those visits are returning without conversions? That can be click fraud, which in few words are constant clicks that the ad receives without any conversions and that are done with the intention of causing a financial harm to the company. So the cost of advertisement is inflated while the average conversions and the value per visit is deflated. This can hit any type of business or service or industry. Even though click fraud has reduced significantly in comparison to years ago, it is still occurring in paid search and it needs to be treated as what it is, a crime. There are two methods of doing click fraud. One is called manual clicks and the other one is more sophisticated and it's called automated. Under the manual click, we have three categories. The first one is competitor click fraud. This can happen when an advertiser wants to harm one of its competitors. They can try to drive up your budget just by clicking your ad, and a lot of them pay other people to do the dirty job. These are known as click farms. Another way is publishing site or second-tier publishers. These are clicks on the Google AdSense content ads to make profit at your expense. These publishers are part of an SE advertising network, such as Google Advertising Network, for example, and they can get more money paid by generating false clicks than if they rely solely on clicks by people who actually are interested on their ad. And last but not least, there are some people who are compulsive clickers. They're known as obsessive comparison shopping behavior. When someone is in the middle of a purchase and they're looking for the best price, this person can click several times in your ad, and even though you make the sale, it can return in a loss. This might be something that doesn't affect full sale that much since we offer a service rather than a product, but I think this still needs to be taken into consideration, just in case. Another method that we mentioned was the automated, which is a more sophisticated way to produce these clicks, and is the creation of software or programs that are created to auto-do these clicks. One example of this is the malware or ClickBot, which is an internet bot or web robot used specifically, one more time, to produce these click frauds. They can create the clicks and they appear to be from different IP addresses. That's why it makes it harder to locate it and just to follow it up. Something that I found really interesting was that after losing millions of dollars in suits with victims of click fraud, Google and Yahoo, they both have developed their own advanced strategies to protect their customers. Google, for example, they use a 3-step system to detect and neutralize click fraud. So this is how they do it. First, They have set automated filters to look at each click as it happens. Next, a similar analysis happens offline to make sure that they appear to be legitimate. Finally, if an advertiser reports suspected click fraud, Google investigates. Of course, the details of how they operate and monitor are not known since Google keeps this information very clandestine for their best interest. If Google's ad contract finds the complaint to be legitimate, they reimburse the company for the bad clicks. In an effort to reduce click fraud for our company, here are some in-house solutions that I came up that can definitely help us to prevent this issue. And the best of this option is that they can be performed at almost no cost. The most important thing or the most important idea to consider to prevent click fraud is to be in constant vigilance. First of all, we have to identify our suspicious activities. What activities are we having that really makes you think that click fraud is happening in the company or in our website? The number one thing is that count the number of clicks versus conversions. As mentioned before, if the number of clicks are too high and there are no conversions, then we are already losing money. So for example, let's say that we are paying $30 for a PPC, let's say for a per click, that we're paying $30. And let's say that they do one fraudulent click per day. How much is that? It's already $900 that are being flushed down to the toilet. Another way to prevent this is to register the IP addresses from our visitors. This will provide us with geographic information, the date and time that they click on the ad, and it will also tell us how often they click into our ads. We need to collect really as much information as we can. We can later use this data and compare the results with Google Analytics, which help us analyzing visitor traffic and pretty much paint a complete picture of the audience and their needs wherever they're along the path to purchase. So it's really useful not only to avoid the click fraud, but also to help us analyze our visitors, to help us analyze their needs and what they're really looking for. It is also highly recommendable that you create a unique URL for your PPC landing page. The advantage of this is that this will help us to find how many clicks are we getting and where are these clicks coming from. So it's very important so that we can just pretty much keep track of them. We can also use a diverse or long tail keywords. We have to remember that the more specific the search terms are, more directly we will speak to our audience. So this is a good way also of reducing click fraud. Also, it's very important to use the day party, since these options can also prevent the company from click fraud, because the ad will be shown at certain time and even on certain days, and it will be harder for the competence to keep track of our ads and drive up the PPC advertising costs. So it's really good if we can consider these options. And also, last but not least, we can also include to the advertise in specific countries. Especially those countries that don't have a solid economy situation or that probably has low labor rates, they can employ people for the sole purpose of clicking on advertisements. So we also have to be very careful when advertising in other countries. Okay, so we already discussed what can be done internally as far as the company, what can we do, what can you do to prevent all these click frauds. But I also want to mention some outsourced solutions that are available right now for you. You can use companies that closely monitor your clicks. Some of these companies, for example, they offer a free trial, or they offer like some free services that can also help us. One of these programs, for example, is Click Forensics, which offers free click tracking reports. You can also use Ad Watcher and Click Defense, which offers free trials too. Search on SourceForge for open source PPC fraud detection. That can also be very helpful. And Click Tracks and Clicks to Customers. It usually generates search referral reports. All these companies, they usually have a monthly or yearly fee. For example, Ad Watchers, they start at $29.95 per month for 5,000 clicks, and they go all the way up to $169.95 per month for 250,000 clicks. This is a monthly basis. However, you can also download like the program, and it will cost way less than if it's purchased. So definitely it's a great option to think about it. Usually these companies will give us information such as clicker's IP address. It will also give us the geographic location, the total number of clicks, the web browser type, and also it will give us like the exact time and day of the clicks, as of when the clicks were done and when did it happen. And one of the awesome things about this is that they can also warn us instantly when fraud is detected on the ad. So they can either send you an email, or they can also text you, or they can even block the clicker. A lot of times what they do is when they start recognizing an IP address that has been visiting the website for like many times or like very constant, what they usually do is that they will like a warning will pop up on the screen, and it will say usually it will say something like, well, you have had already too many visits into this website, just like a warning. And then if it says like, well, if you click one more time today, then we will have to block you. So it's a little bit aggressive, but I think it's a great idea if what we're trying to do is actually that, protect ourselves, right? In conclusion, although click fraud is an issue that is already under control, unfortunately it will continue happening. The less expensive way to avoid this is through the continuous monitoring of those suspicious clicks. I would say that maybe the best solution will be that the SE companies only charge per conversion instead of click. But of course, this might be something that won't happen anytime soon, since pay-per-click represents, I think, about 70% of their profits. So definitely it won't happen. However, just follow any of the proposals that I just exposed today, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to work out and they're going to help us to prevent click fraud. Thank you so much. You have a great day.